Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Moms in the Huddle. We're in the huddle. No parent stands alone. I am one of your hosts, Erica Morgan, the mother of Samaj Morgan at the University of Michigan. He is a wide receiver in his third season. I'm also the mom of Tyler, which is my eldest son, and it's an honor to be their mom. And I'm joined in the huddle today with my other huddle host, Miss
Jillian Blackwell. Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you. It's been a long week. It's been a long 2 weeks. But I am, again, Jillian Blackwell, co-host of Moms in a Huddle. I am the mom of three wonderful young men. I used to say boys, but three wonderful young men. My oldest son is Mac. We call him Big Mac. My middle son just happens to play basketball for the University of Wisconsin. Go Badgers. He's actually playing tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to make this short and sweet. And then my youngest son is Robert. He's actually at practice right now, gets off in about 30 minutes. So if you hear him and the dogs, you know why somebody's coming in the house. But we're super excited about you guys joining us for this episode of Moms in a Huddle.
Yeah, I'm super excited too. I mean, over the weekend, just this weekend alone, we had our turkey drive where we gave away 2,000 turkeys with the fixings and everything. And when I say the guest that is coming on tonight, Morice Norris, I know that his mom is here. This young man came out and served and gave away turkeys. He didn't come out there just for PR. He came out there and he served the community, passing out turkeys. He stayed more than just 30 minutes. He stayed the entire time. And he wanted to give back to his community. So when I say a young man after my own heart, and I know his mom has to be proud, she raised an amazing young man. Morice Norris is just a great young man. And so I'm excited to talk about his journey. I'm excited to talk with his mom. Most people want to know, how was it raising an NFL star?
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, you love to hear people come back and give back. But to stay and kind of hang out and be there, that's another thing. Because you can certainly, shake hands and kiss babies and make an exit. But certainly a person who loves what they're doing, not only the sports, but the fans and the people that supported them. And then they show up and hang out and support the Samaj Morgan Foundation. I'm super excited to be talking to him and his mother.
Yeah, I am too. I think sometimes when it comes down to being a mom, we're always known as the athlete's mom. We're never known by our name. So that's Samaj's mom. So now we're talking to Mari's mom, which is her name is Francina Pleasant. So we're going to be talking with her today, but I bet you she's known as Maurice's mom.
Of course.
Jillian, are you known as Jonathan's mom?
Oh, yeah. John's mom, Rob's mom. Oh, even further. Oh, you Black's wife or husband.
Yes. Or Samaj Morgan. Right. Samaj
Right.
Right.
And that's why we have, listen, moms do a lot. And so we show up, we support our significant other, our spouses, our boyfriends, or whatever that significant other is. We're there for our kids. We don't need the fame. We don't need to act. We don't need anyone to pat us on the shoulders. We just want to make sure we're supporting our family. And Moms of the Huddle is just about that. But it also allows us to give moms the platform to say, you do deserve a pat on the back for all the work that you've done behind the scenes, sitting in the bleachers, I have got plenty of photos on a birthday that I'm sitting in the bleachers on my birthday.
On your birthday, huh?
Birthday. And so, but I wouldn't trade it for a thing to be able to say that, hey, I got a chance to hang out with my family, hang out with my sons. And so, yeah, sometimes they don't know our names, but our kids know who we are.
Yeah, and that's right. And that's all that matters. That's what warms the heart of a mother, right? Yeah. Our babies. Yeah. Okay. So Jillian, I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this young man's bio, and it was sent over to me, but I don't think that bios do anyone justice, because when their character speaks volumes about who they are. When you guys listen to him talk, listen to his story, I'm sure listen to his mom, you're going to figure out that this young man is a man of character and a young man of excellence, and he loves the Lord.
Let's pause right there.
That is huge.
Pause right there. I love that. Go ahead.
That's right. And I love the fact that he's taken my son under his wing to be like a mentor and say, hey, I got you. Him and Samaj has clicked. So just bringing him in, he's like, look, I told him, you just like my son. I'm going to take you. I know you got a mama. I'm not your mama, but you just like my baby too. And he's like, all right. And I love young men that let you know I got you there. So let me read his bio. Mo, they call him Mo Norris, but Maurice Norris, professional football player, creative philanthropist, and Fresno, California native with a background in professional sports and a passion for storytelling. He is dedicated to empowering communities through impact driven work, inspired by his own on field injury and his brother's experience with OI. Mo founded the Mo Norris Foundation to build a world where resilience turns barriers into opportunity. He leads initiatives that uplift undeserved groups and people with disabilities, from those facing sports related injuries to individuals born with them.
Wow.
I say a lot of people with disabilities are always forgotten about, always, because we always think that they're out of sight, out of mind, or they have a disability. But no, he's like, we got to bring the awareness to this and bring it to the forefront. So without further ado, we have Maurice's beautiful mother, Miss Francina Pleasant, joining the stage. And now we have Mr. Maurice Norris.
How you doing?
Yes. Welcome to the huddle.
Welcome to the huddle. We're in the huddle. No parents stand alone. Miss Pleasant, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
What's up, Mom?
Hey, son.
That's right, Maurice. You still here in Michigan, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And your mama is in California.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well,
He was just with us, but he had to make it home. He had to make it back home for the turkey drive.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Mom, you raised a great young man. It was an honor to have him there. Not only is he handsome, you see how fine he is, Mama.
Oh, girl, you ain't got to tell me.
I love it. Look at her blushing and blushing.
That
There you
young
go.
man helped out
Sure.
so many people, and that's what made us just really, really love. My husband absolutely adores him as well. We love your baby. So, all right, Jillian, did you want to ask some of the first questions? Because you know I can start talking.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay. You know, we had a chance to hear your bio. Erica did an amazing job. When I read some stuff and did some research, it sounds like a movie, like a basketball kid, one year high school football, now in the NFL. What did football really become like real for you? And if you could tell us like that journey.
Yeah, I mean, I was straight basketball. You know, all my friends play football. They was like, come play. I'm like, nah, I'm a ball player. Like, I want to win championships in basketball. I thought I was Kyrie Irving for real. And then it was my senior year. We just got moved up to varsity. It was my last year with my guys, and they was like, come play. I was like, I might as well. It's the last time. We D1 now. And I always knew in the back of my mind the basketball road is so much longer and harder to get to like the NBA, especially if you don't do it right. And I didn't play on the best AAU teams. I really didn't. We really didn't know what we was doing. So I really just played for the school, and I figured football would kind of probably be easier. But the one day it really stuck to me, my uncle had woke me up out of my sleep one day. I think it was after I set a record. My first touchdown, I set a record. He woke me up out of my sleep, and he was like, "I just had this vision that you're gonna do it with football and take it all the way, and like change the family, change this, that, and the third." So that kind of lit a fire under me in the football world. And then I went junior college. I did what I had to do there. Had to walk on here, walk on there. Ended up back at Fresno, walked on. Had earned a scholarship, won a championship. And I was like, man, once I got to Detroit, the Lions, it was like my dreams was all completed. But my uncle really jump started at that one night. And then my family's real supportive. My mom came to every game she could. So it made it easy to transition.
Wow. Maurice, that is
Shout out to
Listening in many games. What game I missed?
beautiful.
Really, nah.
And which takes me to you, Miss
Oh,
Pleasant.
I missed one. He told me he was losing because I was there. And so I didn't go to the next one on purpose. Then he kept talking about, well, why you didn't come to the game? I said, well, you told me.
That's
I
right.
was bad luck.
That's
Won a game.
So I did miss that one.
Well, Miss Pleasant, I'm going to come over to you because as a mom, we could talk about our babies all day, right? Our
Yeah.
babies are our heart. Take us through the journey of understanding who your son was and what it is that made you understand you had an NFL football star on your hand.
Well, I've always known that Mojo is what we call him.
Oh,
Mo is what everybody else called him.
Mhm.
I've always known that Mojo was something special, just always. He
Mhm.
was resilient in everything he did. It was always over the top, come good genes, right?
Right.
So, but he was special because he excelled at everything, and then he's not afraid to try anything. And
Mhm.
so when they talked to me about football early on, I wasn't a big football fan.
At
Not
all.
like that, because they getting hurt, all this stuff. So
Mhm.
what I did say is, if you are an athlete, it doesn't matter when you start. You could be in the 10th grade and play
that's good.
if that's who you are. And I knew that about him. He's resilient. Like he got that when he played basketball, and I'll never forget this game. That
Mhm.
ball was going out of bounds, and it was a tight game. That boy did a smooth criminal move, baby, and brought that ball back into the court. Like
What?
he looked like he had been a ballerina at some point.
Wow.
It was so smooth. And
That's
so when he did that, I knew then it was nothing he was not going to be able to accomplish when it came to sports. So when he scored that longest what do you call it, kick return against Hanford when he played for Sanger, that was no surprise because that's who he is.
Wow.
I still got that record. That was my first touchdown too. My ever playing football. Like besides Little League, I played in elementary school, but I didn't play after that.
yeah.
Yeah, it was my
So
first
you
touchdown.
started playing in as a senior football
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
got recruited, or you went to? I know you said I heard you say you went to JUCO, not
yeah. I
JUCO.
didn't really get recruited. I went junior college for the
Yeah.
first two. Then
Yeah.
I had a preferred walk on to a school that didn't end up working out, so I walked back on at Fresno State, and that's
No,
pretty much
you did
it.
not just walk back.
Tell
So
my
he
mama.
was out at the other school, New Mexico. That's where we were at,
Okay.
14 hours away.
Mhm.
So he called and said, "Hey, they have the tryouts at Fresno State tomorrow.
Mhm.
What am I gonna do?" I said, "Well, you're gonna move, pack it on up, go on down to the houses. A couple of, I think his apartment was B, because I had met him, talked to him when we moved Mojo in, and told him when my son leaves, he could have all the furniture in the house. I said, take everything, give it to him, and come on home." So my baby drove that 14 hours,
Yeah.
came here, took that 2-hour nap, and went to Fresno State and tried it out.
Come on.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's how we got on.
That's how we. I love it. That's how we got on. Listen, I love Francina, the voice and the power that you have and the belief that you have in your son. You because every statement that you made, you said we. I hear about Unc. I hear about the family, and it's so important. And I hope the parents that listen to this, that one, your children know that you have their back, you have them support, and there's absolutely nothing that we won't do for you. You said, listen, you can leave that furniture, everybody, but we going for our dream. So, Morice, talk about that 14-hour drive. Like mama said go. Sometimes
yeah.
oftentimes that's what our kids need to hear. Go. We believe in you. You go. So, Morris, talk about that drive. What were you thinking? To
I mean,
drive 2 hours sleep too.
I'm thinking I'm gonna go straight, no breaks, the whole time, straight shot, and go do what I do. I know how good I am. I just got to put it on paper. So I just got a car, my first car. I put like 1,000 down. It was a Dodge Avenger. I just got it like a couple days before all that happened. Put a little pillow behind my back, packed everything up. I'm driving, and the whole time, like I know what I'm going to do. I'm going there to showcase. I'm going there to get opportunity, and I wasn't leaving without one. So I'm driving. Once I get to Arizona, my car break down in AZ for like 2-3 hours. Man, I thought I was about to die. It's so hot in Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah.
But called my grandma, my uncles, got it fixed real quick. I'm back on the road. Like she said, I went there, took the nap. I was killing it in the camp. You could tell, like I'm a natural born leader. I'm at the front of every line. I'm helping the other guys while I'm there because I'm not it's not a me versus everybody. It's the me versus me. End of the day. So it's me versus me. So I'm helping everybody doing my thing. Had a great camp. Was one of the top DBs. So I go up there and meet with the coach, and he's asking me like, we had this conversation. He's like, why should I give you opportunity when I could just go get someone coming out of high school or something easier, give them a scholarship. And you coming from JUCO, and some of my classes from junior college didn't transfer, so they would have to specially admit me in. I had to write a letter and a whole bunch of stuff. He was like, "Why would I give you this headache and then do that?" And I said, "If you give me the opportunity, then I'll show you. That's all I need. One chance. Just give me one chance, and I'll show you." So he thought about it for a little bit, and he said, "All right, we'll give you a chance. You got to walk on." So I did that. Earned my stripes. Walked on. My second year, I had 2 more years left of eligibility going into my last 2 years, so I had to sit out a year. I had to sit out a year because some of my classes didn't transfer, and I got accepted in the school so late.
Okay.
So I was just a practice player for that whole first year.
Hmm.
I think that was 21. Then 22, I had to earn a scholarship, take the start job, and ball because I had 2 more years left.
Yeah.
I ended up. It was like the third game. Like we were going back and forth for a while, and like the third game, I kind of just took off and never looked back. Earned
Wow.
my scholarship. We won a championship that year, 2022. It was my first year ever playing Division I ball. Won a
Hmm.
championship. I had some great stats. Then 23, I was leading in TFLs. I had 6 sacks, something like that, 2 interceptions. So I had a really good year last year going out of the college into the pros.
Wow.
That's the movie. I said the
It is, and he's so modest because the game that he played in, and I'm gonna tell you, because y'all was down, y'all had lost all them games.
Hmm.
I think it was the fourth game actually. Y'all had already had 3 losses.
Wow.
So he played in a game where people was leaving the stands because they was losing, right?
Wow.
You know, I'm a believer.
Come
You
on.
hear me? I'm a believer. I don't leave till the clock say 0, 0, 0.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't in no hurry, right? And so we in the stands. I called my brother. I said, "You left too soon. Mojo got in this thing and turned it around, baby." And they won every game after that. That season plus championship with him as the coach. Yes, ma'am.
0, 0, 0. We ain't going.
0, 0, 0. We in that thing.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
It sounds like there's an anointing on your life, Morice.
Yes.
When you go and be a part of teams, you're the one that make it happen because you're the. That's what it sounds like to me.
Mom's in the huddle.
I know, right?
It's
Like,
all
talk
God,
about that
do my
part.
part.
Because your journey is not what most people may say. Oh, I went to, like you say, I started off division. You started off at JUCO. You was a walko. You went through progressions. Talk about what you were thinking. How were you talking to God then? Did you know that you were going to make it to the NFL? Where was your heart then?
I talk to God a lot, and in my room, I have like a wall that I write everything on. Like I wrote everything in my brain on the wall and some Sharpie and stuff because it's just, I don't know. I just felt like it was all in my brain, just cluttered up, and that was the way to get it out, to see it every day and just keep my motivation. Because the end goal was to make it to the league. The end goal was to do this, make sure I'm act like this every day, make sure I'm like this every day, make sure I get up every day and do what I have to do, regardless if I want to do it or not. That's a quote that's on my wall. And I just put these markers for myself. So each time I reach that pinpoint, like down this trial, then I just set some new ones. And that kind of helped me stay motivated because it's not easy. And and I've experienced a lot of troubles in JUCO, and there was a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of times where I was really down bad. And it's just what you fall back on at the end of the day. And God was a big factor for me in that area because I knew my purpose was greater. It was not just for me, it's for my family, for future family, for my little cousins that look up to me. So I always knew my purpose is so much bigger than myself.
Wow, that's beautiful, Maurice. Beautiful. Miss Francina, you raised a young man that it sounds like from the beginning of his conversation, he talks about his family. How important is your family? What other children, how many other children do you have? What's their names? And give us a little information about them because it sounds like Maurice loves his brothers and sisters and his siblings.
Mojo is absolutely the middle child. There is 5, 2 before him, 2 after him. The eldest one, Jonathan, is the purpose of the foundation. Jonathan is the child with osteogenesis imperfecta. He's the oldest. And then one girl in the house, her name is Faith. Because, honey, that's what we have. After having Jonathan, we had to have that. So that was a representation of that. Then we have Mojo. Then you have Joshua and Malachi.
Come on now, mama.
Mama, you sound like you read the word.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Honey. Foundation. That's
yeah.
where we built from.
I
Wow.
love
That's our foundation.
I love it.
I
I
do.
love
Tell us
it.
about sorry, go ahead, Jill.
I have a Jonathan as well, and he just happens to be the middle child, and his name means gift from God, and so
Yeah.
we know that all of our children are gift from God. I love because names are very, very, very important. So talk about when you talk about when you chose JUCO route at Orange, I think it was Orange Coast, playing both football and basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I think I read that you were living with multiple teammates in a small apartment.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, that
and
was
so I asked this question because anytime I grew up with a large family as well, mama. So I know what it means to have sacrifice and believe God for things. But I want to ask you, Mo, what did it teach you about sacrifice? Living with a group of people, all the different, what does that mean? And I asked that question also because
yeah,
as a teammate you have to sacrifice. You said something earlier. It's not me against the team, it's me against myself. So it sounds like you have that personality that I'm looking out for the team. What can I do for my family? But
yeah.
speak to the crowd and the audience about sacrifice and what sacrifice means for you.
Sacrifice, it means a lot, and I definitely sacrificed a lot. Being in a crib with six other dudes all chasing the same dream, I feel like I was one of the more mature ones. Definitely experienced life a little bit more to where I know my mom helped me a lot, but there was some things that I also took on my own that I did, like I had a car, say they needed to use the car to go here, I would let them use that. Say they didn't have rent sometimes, and I would be the one that helped them step in and help them with my mom, me and my mom's would, to help them cover that rent for something. Like I was much more mature in the house, and I made some sacrifices, and I worked two jobs. I had finally got a job at Home Depot. That was the first place that would hire me, but they was like an hour away, so I had to drive an hour away. And I got another job at Raising Cane's, so I was working two jobs back to back, then going to school and then practice and doing all that. It was just like clockwork for a while, and that sacrifice, and even still, still didn't have enough money after we paid the rent. The rent was 2,600.
Man.
We in JUCO, you're not making really money. You
Right.
probably have 300. Thankfully, I had got food stamps at the time, but that was running because it was 6, 7 of us. We have other people come fill in the spots just to
That,
make more money here and there. And then we had a situation to where we almost was getting evicted. We was in a place where it was real racist, Orange County at the time, real racist. So they don't really like having the like 4, 5 black people in the spot in one house. So we had experienced some things, and like a lot of that burden fell on me because I'm much more mature than the people in this, and I took on the burden. It's not like I shied from it. Like I have no problem taking on the burden, doing what needs to be done. So that's a little bit of my JUCO life.
a lot. Wow. That's a lot.
Man, Maurice, you have a journey there. And I want to know, okay, I want to take Miss Francina back to your son. You said a very big phrase, I think it's called OI. Can you educate us on what that is and talk about the foundation that Maurice started as it relates to his brother? I would really like the viewers to understand what that is.
Oh yeah. Osteogenesis imperfecta, short version OI, is brittle bones disease. So that is where our son, well, Jonathan, has brittle bones, and they break. They're very fragile. They break at the drop of a dime. He can pick up a coffee cup and it's over, right? Um, anything can cause a break. Jonathan is 28. Jonathan was born. We have not deciphered whether he was type 1 or type 3, but he is right at the middle of it, being he shouldn't have been here. But we serve a good God, don't we?
Yes, we do.
When I took him to his first doctor's appointment, we was in the waiting room. Everybody was over, left. We still there. And I said, well, why have I been here 2 hours? And she said, you haven't been seen. I said, no. So long story short, when I got back to the doctor's office into the room, I asked Dr. Girardi, rest in peace, he was such an amazing doctor, why you take so long to bring us up in here? And he said, I'm going to be honest with you. When she gave me his x-rays, I looked at him and I said, oh, this poor family. And I sat him down because there was no way he was still living.
Mm.
That's what he told me.
Wow.
But he was. And he's here because he had purpose.
Yeah.
He's Jonathan, what, David's friend?
Yes, he was.
Mojo's friend. The reason for this foundation, there is purpose from the gate, baby. And when you see how God just the purpose is unfolding and how things are coming to fruition. And I go back and look on these things and I know how God has put his hands in everything. Mojo got a statement and I was looking down and I wasn't trying to be rude. I was trying to find a picture because I had took a picture of the wall for whatever the reason about 3 weeks ago. I just was in there and I said, let me take a picture of this wall. And I took the picture and I was trying to find it to send it to you. And one of his things that said he was going to shock the world. And I know we're going to get into that part sometime here because he did, right? Because he did, as well as Jonathan with his 1 million followers. And I got all these people saying, your son is so funny. I see him all over the place, right? But I know God had a purpose for him. But that, let's go back to your question. It is brittle bones. It's a disease that's progressive. And ultimately, he's not supposed to have lived to be an adult, and he's 28.
Come on, Lord.
Living life, living it to his fullest, living to the fullest. And I will tell you this, Mojo at 8 years of age released me of my responsibilities of lifting Jonathan. And I said, no, I was pregnant at the time. And he says, Mama, I got him. I said, no, you can't lift him. You too small. He said, and then when Jonathan said, he got it, Mama, I knew he had already been doing it.
He'd already been doing it, huh?
He had already been doing it behind my back. So yeah.
I want to tell you, I want to follow Jonathan. I mean, I don't know where he is, whatever he got. I want to follow Jonathan and hear his story. I know that the Samaj J. Morgan Foundation is going to partner with Morice this year to talk with to help out, that particular, disability. So that is amazing.
How do people follow Jonathan? If you could give us what is his Instagram, his TikTok, so people
I can send it over for sure.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, we have comments coming in, and based on what you've been saying, Miss Key Jones said, "Won't he do it, Miss?"
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it? And they talking about the boy is nice. I think they talk about you, Morice.
Yeah, he is. They used to tell me, well, you can't take no picture unless his mama say, okay, you right. Yes.
But you guys have a fan club. Now, I definitely want to be able to move forward so we can talk a little bit about last August, Morice, okay?
Yeah.
I want you to take us through the journey. And I know you're on this NFL team. You're on the Detroit Lions, and I'm a Detroit girl, okay? Okay? So I will say, take us to the journey, and you go out there on the field. What is happening? What's going through your mind in that journey?
So preparing for that Atlanta game, I kind of changed my whole preparation process leading up to a game. I had a good camp, but a great camp. Spring ball, fall camp, I had a good, decently camp. They would moving me around positions, so I was trying to learn some new things, and it's all on me. End of the day, we're professionals. So, our first game was Hall of Fame game versus the Chargers. I did decent, so I knew Atlanta game had to be the best game I ever had. So I changed the music I listened to pregame. I listened to a lot more calmer music. I knew my mission going in. I knew I had to slow the game down super, super fast and be the best out there on the field. So once I got out there, I wasn't jittery. I knew what the goal was. Deep breath. I take deep breaths before each play, deep breaths on the sideline. Before they hike the ball, I'm taking a deep breath and I'm just playing fast, because I'm a thinker and I get in my brain a lot and I think that kind of slows me down. So I just, deep breath helped me play faster. So My first play, I had a tackle. I said, yeah, this game's slowing down so fast, super fast. They did this play where they do a fake run, power, and some kind of guy drags over the top, and it's like it was going in slow motion for me. I knew
Mm,
I seen the fake handoff. I seen him coming around. I made the tackle. He threw a low ball. So once I did that, so yeah, I know what's coming next. I already knew it was gonna run the run play and run up the middle and cut it up. So like my brain is going like, yeah, just gonna run this play. I'm gonna come shoot down. I'm gonna hit him as hard as I can, and I'm gonna talk a lot of smack. So
mm,
that's what I thought in my brain. The first time I ever like said I'm gonna do something and talk crazy after was when I was in junior college. I was playing this guy. He was talking crazy, and I'm like, I know what play is coming. I'm finna make the play, and I'm finna talk the most smack you ever heard. Like a young kid talk in
yeah.
JUCO. So I made the play, and then my leg swung out, and I tore my ACL,
Ooh,
tore everything.
oh
Had
my.
to had to have surgery, rehab. So my brain, I'm like, I'm never doing that again because I
Right.
jinxed myself. So fast forward back to this moment, I'm thinking that like I might have just jinxed myself, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So he ran the play, he comes, I shoot it, I go, I dive in, I hit him, I flip him, and then I woke up in the hospital.
Wow. So
Yeah,
did you black out because
yeah.
you were in the moment of the play, and next thing you know, you woke up in the hospital.
Yeah, everything went dark. I got a book that I'm working on right now. I'm kind of writing my journey from there to the injury and a little bit of things what I'm doing after until I get back on a new team. And I literally talk about step by step of what I was thinking. It's like my inner conscience was like getting swallowed by the darkness like that fast. That's how quick it went. Like I'm going thinking I'm gonna make this play. I go, I make the play, and then like the lights shut off. And then I'm in the hospital, like in the movies where like the eyes get to twitching, and then you wake up like I'm sitting replaying the whole game of
Wow.
like with my eyes closed of how I got to this point, and then my eyes open, and I was in the hospital.
Mm.
Wow. And so I want to take us to this moment. We have this photo here. They did not continue this game. They actually, this is what was so beautiful. You out there playing a barbaric. I think that football can be barbaric in how you play and how you're hitting and how you're doing different things. Even though my son plays, it's scary. But these two teams gather around, hold hands, and they're
Yeah.
praying for you.
Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you, Jesus.
They're praying for you, Maurice. Mom, now I'm coming to you. Where
Yeah.
was your mind at this moment?
So in order for you to hear that, I have to go back to the beginning of the day.
Okay.
Okay.
So usually before Mojo's games, either my mom, who is an evangelist, will pray for him, or my brother Darwin from Texas will pray for him because he's a pastor.
Mhm.
But this morning, and the way God works for me is like 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Mm.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, the notion was you do the prayer for your son.
Wow.
Okay.
So I sent him a text to call me when he woke up.
Yeah.
So when he called me, I says, "Oh, I'm going to do your prayer today.
Mhm.
So call me when you get ready to leave."
Yeah.
And so he called me, but I missed the call because we were in Atlanta. So, I was doing some stuff.
she
Mhm.
was shopping. She was
Okay,
shopping.
Mama. That's okay.
That's
So
all right.
that's
So
what we
I
do.
was in the middle of the shopping center when I recognized I had missed the call. And I'm standing in front of all these people. I called my baby back. I said, "Where you at?" He said, "I'm getting on the bus." I said, "Well, we're going to pray right now." And so
Mm.
where I was, I just prayed. So when it happened in that moment, I'm just going to be honest with you. I already knew God had him.
Yes.
Because when God is going to do things for me, that it's going to be okay. Like we can talk after this, but
Right.
this is how he's taught, how I've learned to hear from him.
Yes.
Whatever was going to happen today, I knew it was going to be all right because
Mm.
3 o'clock in the morning, wake up, right?
Yes.
So when it happened, let me tell you how God works. I didn't even know it was Mojo,
Mm.
right? So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to my daughter, and it's happened. She said, "I think that's Mojo." And so I looked down and I got my camera and I looked. I said, "No," because I saw the 6 on the jersey. I said, that's Mojo right there in the front. And My daughter said, I don't think so, Mama. So I looked again and it didn't have the 2. I
Mm.
said, oh my goodness, that is mojo. And it's the moment I said that, the people were there to get me to take me on. And so I'm gonna get me to my baby, get me to my son. I'm not disrespectful, I'm not hysterical, because
Right.
I know God woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I
Yeah.
had to go there
Yeah.
because that's the way God works for me. And
Yeah.
so when we got there, because I was supposed to be in the ambulance was driving up. I said, wait a minute, y'all said I was gonna be riding with my baby.
Mm-hmm.
They says, well, we got to get him to the hospital. I said, yeah, get him to the get me a car though to
Mm-hmm.
get me to the hospital. And so, but while you're doing that, get me a medic so I can see has my baby said anything? Is his eyes open?
Yes.
And so, and they did just that. I will say the Lions, the NFL team, all of them, they were amazing.
That's
They
all.
were amazing. I do appreciate how well they worked with me. And so the medic came back. He says, I'm going to take you. And yes, your son. So he don't even remember opening his eyes in the ambulance. He opened his eyes. He was speaking. And I says, he's speaking. He living.
Come on.
Everything after this, I trust God. And we
Yeah.
got to the hospital. Baby, we got in that hospital. And I got in there and he said, how did I look? I said, we all right.
How did I look?
How did
That's
I look?
That's
Yeah,
awesome. Wow.
but
Well,
yeah,
you just reminded me of the scripture of Philippians chapter 4, verse 7. It sounds as though, the Lord woke you up at 2 o'clock in the morning. You had this routine. You prayed for your son in the middle of the mall, in the middle of the accident. What happened? You brought, through your prayer and through even that injury, you brought teams together to pray on national television. His name was glorified. And again, we talk about the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. And that goes beyond human comprehension, right? It guards our heart and our mind. And so that's what I got when I heard you speak. And even when you talked about the injury itself, there was still peace and calm. And then you woke up and said, how did I look? Come on now.
that's what he was concerned about.
Yeah.
And so he just wanted to see the video. I didn't see the video. I said, I don't want to see anything until after the x-rays come back, after the CAT scans come back. Let's see what we're doing. And
Yeah.
Wow.
that is so amazing because he had a seizure on the field.
Yeah, they said I read that. Yeah.
Yeah, it
With
was
an injury like that, he should not have not
No.
be looking this good.
No,
He
not
was
at
looking
all.
that good the next day.
Come
Right?
on. The next day.
yes.
That's
Oh,
how God worked though.
Yes, it
The boy said, he wrote it over there on that wall, I'm gonna shock the world. And I said, well, you done that. Check
Yeah.
that off the list.
Yeah.
right.
Because the
Thanks.
world was shocked, right?
We
Yes.
were shocked. And the thing with it is, even though we were shocked, we still brought glory to God by seeing men pray on
Yeah.
behalf of their brethren.
Yes.
Yeah.
A
And
part of the NFL, that is huge for people
Mhm.
to come and pray like that, you know.
Yeah. We saw it on camera, but we don't know how many people in their homes were praying.
Ooh,
That's
There's a lot.
love. The things that we didn't see, the people that were impacted, the little boys that was watching the game that
yes.
remember, okay, injury free. I know injury with or without injury, I'm gonna give him glory. I just
Give
love
him the glory. Yes.
Yeah.
The brotherhood that was exhibited, Kirby, honey, the
Mm.
brotherhood, the love that they have for one another. When
Yeah,
it is football is a whole different situation.
it
I've
is.
watched them play basketball. I've watched my other one run track, but all of them have played football, and that unity, that it's nothing like it.
You're right.
It's nothing like it.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, it's a brotherhood. Well, Maurice, take us now. What is your journey now? How are you feeling? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Training every day, waiting for the new opportunity, new team to come. It's just a matter of time. I think I know how good I am. My agent knows how good I am. Some of them might still have been skeptical from the injury, which is understood, but I know my time is coming, and when it comes, I'm gonna shock the world again because at the end of the day, I know how good I am, how good I could be. But in the meantime, since the injury, I ended up getting baptized. I launched my foundation, and
Oh,
I'm doing things bigger than myself. You know, I want to be remembered for football for sure, how good I am, but also outside of football, how much people I reach and the things I do in the world.
Yeah,
Mm, that's awesome.
and I
Well,
love that.
yeah, I would ask you, Maurice Mo, what would you say to other, whether they are high school? I have a son who's had 3 injuries already. And he sees his middle son, his other brother playing in Division 1 basketball. That's his heart desire, right? I told him the other day, I texted him and said, "You're gonna be a comeback kid. Don't you worry about it." And so
Mhm.
he's in the gym right now, right? But what encouraging words would you say to athletes, whether they're middle school, high school, college, and have a dream in their heart, but the body is like, body, would you act right? You know,
I mean, sometimes you can't control the body, but you can control you, your mind. You just never give up on yourself. There's a lot of guys that I play with, JUCO especially, that I thought could have made a pro or D1 or whatever. And the only difference for me and them, and I got hurt. The only difference for me and them is I never gave up on myself. I never quit. I never been a quitter, no way, you know. So it's okay, you got hit now. You got to roll with the punches. You got to get up and keep going. You got to
yeah,
find you got to hold on to your motivation, your reasoning, because once you get to the end goal, like it'll all be worth it. That's why, like, I don't care about money, fame, and none of that. But at the end of the road, like I know that I'm leave a legacy that I could be proud of and do what I set out to do. You know, that's always been my mission. So for the kids, I say never quit on yourself, never give up on yourself. Don't listen to people doubt you, because there's people that laughed when I was transitioning from basketball to football when I would post some of my workout videos because it didn't look the best. But
Mm,
you know, over time they got good, and over time they got even better, and over time I was surpassing the same ones that was laughing. You know, so
mm.
at the end of the day, it's you versus you, and you got to believe that. You got to keep going.
I love that mentality right there. When you say it's you versus you, so it's not about the other person, it's you're your biggest competition.
1,000%.
Yes.
Man. Well, I will say, Miss Francina and Maurice, we enjoyed you guys here. One of the last things we like to do, and Jillian, if you have another question, let me know. But we at Moms in the Huddle like for you to end with letting us know what your journey is in one word. So we're gonna start with you first, Mom.
Pleasing God.
Mm.
Mm,
Pleasing God.
mm.
That's 2 words.
But here's the thing. Let me tell you, Maurice, when you on Moms in the Huddle, moms do what we want to do.
We
I
do
hear
what we
that.
want to
Right
do.
there. We do what we want to do, Miss Pleasant. No,
Hear that.
you gave me 2 words, pleasing God, and God is a whole word by himself.
Right.
You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Well, why
Yes.
did you say that statement, Miss Pleasant?
I say that statement, you know why? Because God has been so good to me. And
Yeah.
so what we I didn't give you my bio. My business is Pleasant Living. It's a supported living service company where we service and support the intellectually disabled community.
Mm,
So, with that, that's why I say that, because
Yeah.
everything that I do, that journey in itself, the foundation of that is God, giving people an opportunity to live the life that God gave them to fulfill their purpose. And their purpose is often overlooked because some think they don't have one,
you
Yeah.
right.
because they are often the unforgotten. And
Mm,
so and I had to tell you that because when you look at where Mojo Journey comes from, it didn't just start there. He
yeah.
was born in this thing.
Yeah.
Mm,
He was born in this thing. So when you look at him, you say, this is our journey.
yeah.
It's our journey doing God's work because this is God's work.
You got an anointing on your life. Your voice is just
Yeah.
resonating in me. Like I
Yeah.
hear your voice. I hear Holy Spirit in your voice, Mom. It's like it's beautiful.
It
It's
is.
beautiful.
Thank you.
What about you, Maurice?
And
What's your
I'm sorry, and just not her voice, but her name. She has a
Yes.
beautiful name. And so,
yeah.
go ahead.
Shout out my grandma, man. Shout out
Yeah,
my
Shout out
yeah,
grandma. What's grandma name, Maurice?
Francis.
Oh,
Fran.
She's a
Boy.
sweetheart.
shout out Grandma Francis. We
Love
love Mom.
Grandma.
Huddle.
Grandma's in the huddle.
Yes, ma'am. For me, easy resilience.
Mm.
I'm built by resilience. After I got hurt, one of my friends they gave me this journal to write in. So one day I wrote my whole journey from start to finish. Everything is built by resilience, man. It's
Mm,
It's a matter of getting knocked down how many times and getting up every time and going harder than the last time you went, you know?
Mm.
That's what it is for me.
That's
You
awesome.
know, when I hear you talk, Maurice, I hear certain words. You have like no fear. You and I hear go. You just go and you
Yeah.
do. It has you have like a unfiltered, unapologetic type
Come on,
of
boy.
mentality that
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's go, no fear. I
Yeah.
got it. I'm doing it. That's
Yeah.
what I hear with you.
Yes. No, listen, no car breakdown, no Arizona heat, no injury. I'm going. We got this.
1,000%.
I love it.
Well, I want to show this last picture before you guys leave. I just thought you looked so cute in this. Okay.
Adorable. We want
I
to
look
dress.
at the lions and I'm like, that's what
We
mom
want to
do.
dress.
You gonna
She
be
had
Oh
everything
yes,
you could
we
think
was
of.
at that what was this, the training camp? I
Yeah.
had a different dress every day, honey.
come on, mama. Let me tell you.
You're
We
not
gonna be
lying.
who we are.
You should have seen the house, the front yard. The whole block knew.
Ah,
Love
let
it.
me tell you, I had to show that last picture. I'm like, she's right there. She's so sweet.
Yeah, it's so pretty. We want the dress. We want the dress. We normally get in your business, Mo. We won't do it this time because there's a portion. We got aunties in the huddle. And we start asking about, the other distractions that come along with being a parent that mamas know about. But we won't do that. We won't do that, Miss
Wait a
Pleasant.
minute, Jillian.
Yeah, just bring us back and let's do that.
Yeah, it's 7:46. It's we got 4 minutes right quick.
Okay, well, let's do this. So I am raising three like you. I am raising three handsome men.
Mhm.
And I just happen to have some three handsome men that they have some significant others. So where, Mo, is there a significant, what we doing over here in the D?
Right.
Or is she in California? Are we just, aunties be getting nosy.
We are.
Oh,
We
Nosy auntie.
nah. I'm back home now. I got a
Okay.
girl back where I'm from.
Oh,
I've been with her. I've known her since 2021. She's a great woman.
That's awesome.
I've had my share of outsideness, so I experienced both sides of the ball, and nothing beat a real connection,
come
So
on. Come
Yeah.
on.
with that.
Well, I love that. Well, I can say my two oldest sons, they have some really, really nice girls in their lives. And that's so important. If you hear me, mama, and you hear me, the young men, it is so important to have one that's focused on themselves, because both of those young ladies, like, look, I got my own stuff going on, right?
Mhm.
And they not all in your business trying to follow up behind you, right? So,
Right.
so we love it.
Well, I will say, yeah, I know that when it's time for you to focus on yourself, I know my son is in a focus mode. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Got
So
to.
he's kind of set relationship to the side. He set other things to the side. Any distraction that a weight that so easily beset you, he set it to the side and he said, "Mom, it's God now." He
Come
said,
on.
I would have. He told me recently, I wish I would have sold out when you told me about who this God was when I was in high school. He said,
Right.
"For now, going through things that I'm going through," he said, "I'm sold out."
1,000%.
It'll make you.
Yes.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So, but I'm proud of you, Maurice, Miss Pleasant. We're going to bring you guys back because we know we got another journey to talk about. I'm
We
excited.
got a couple of them.
Yes. So we love you guys. But before you leave, I need you guys to say, I'm in the huddle.
We
I'm
said
in the
that.
huddle.
I'm in the huddle.
Yes,
that.
yes. And if y'all not doing anything in about 15 minutes, my son Jonathan Blackwell is playing basketball with the Badgers. So go check him out.
Yes. University of Wisconsin, the Badgers.
Let's
Yes.
do it.
And pray that they have an injury-free. Go ahead and win that game.
Oh, yeah.
1,000%.
In Jesus' name.
Thank you for having us.
Have a great day, guys. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. Thank you. Man, Jillian, that was amazing.
That was so good. Uh-oh, I told you the dogs are at it.
I know. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for joining. Thank everyone for joining. Jill, we had a great show. And I know we're going to go ahead and get on off because we got to watch Jonathan and do what we do. But they are an amazing family. And so it was just an honor to interview them tonight. We're going to bring them back. I want to bring Miss Francina back to talk about some spiritual things as a mom.
Yes.
What it is that she does for her children through prayer, what her spiritual journey was with the Lord, because there's an anointing and a call on her life. I think our viewers need to hear that. So, but we're going to go ahead and get going because Jilly and Dog's not acting right. One thing you will learn about in Moms in a Huddle, this is real life for us. So we're going to be joined next week. And I just want to let everyone know we're going to be joined next week by a surgeon, Dr. Levy. He's going to talk about injuries and doing different surgery procedures on different athletes in the NFL and different other sports. We actually have a 2-part show where Dr. Levy is coming on, and he's originally, I think, from Florida. So I'm excited to see him next week and to hear his journey, his story. And then other than that, me and Jill, we got the Christmas holidays coming. We got Thanksgiving coming. We got the Christmas holidays. We still have a lot of great shows for you. And if you got a good show idea, let us know. Let us know what you want to hear about. We're going to keep on bringing great shows, great things, great topics from multiple people in the huddle.
Yes. We're in the huddle.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. Love you, Jill.
Love you too. Go Badgers. Win the game
tonight. Go Badgers and go Blue.